Dajjal comes with two things: a river and a fire. Dajjal comes with two things: a river and a fire. But his river is a fire, and his fire is the cool waters of a river. Whosoever falls in his river will have his load of sins increased, and whosoever falls in his fire would have his load of sins decreased. In other words, the river symbolizes Jannah, the fire symbolizes Jahannam. The river symbolizes the road to a life of plenty, to a life of ease, to a life of leisure, and the fire symbolizes a life of hardship, of suffering. So Dajjal takes the road to heaven, the road to joy and happiness and peace and pleasure, and he makes it look like the road to hell. That's not easy to do. You gotta have a PhD in deception to do that. Yeah, not easy. He takes the road to heaven and he makes it look like the road to hell. And he takes the road to hell and he makes it look like the road to heaven. And so everybody wants a US visa. There are some who will sell their mother to get a US visa, or a Canadian visa, or a visa for Sweden, or for Britain, or for Europe, or for Australia, or for New Zealand. That is the land of milk and honey. That is where I can get a job and make plenty money. Those are the lands of progress. Those are the lands of success. And all the cattle of the world ahead for what looks like heaven itself. I was giving a lecture in a place called Pompano Beach in Florida, and some of them in Pompano Beach might even listen to this lecture tonight. And in my lecture I was saying to them, and they're all Palestinians in Pompano Beach, I was saying to them that your children, your grandchildren are at risk, because they can be eating bacon and eggs for breakfast, lahmul khinzir, and drinking wine with lunch. And my audience started to laugh. And I said to myself, what is this? This is no funny thing. What's wrong with these people? Why are they laughing? When the lecture was over, I asked the Imam, a very nice man, the Imam, Imam, why were they laughing? I'm saying to them, this is the age of your children and your grandchildren. I said they were laughing because it's already happening. Yes. Dajjal's river is already a fire. And when they realize it, and they want to get out to save their children, to save their wives from this godlessness. My son is showing signs of wanting to be a homosexual. I can't tolerate that. Let me get out of this land. So then the father addresses his family and says, we are leaving. And the mother says, you can go. I'm staying. And the children said, you know, in America they say, Dad, you can go back to Palestine. We're staying here. That's it. You've lost it. Dajjal has deceived you. What looked like his river was his fire. Now who wants to go back to Pakistan when you can live in downtown Long Island, and you can live in Manhattan and enjoy a good life? Who wants to go back to Pakistan? Who wants to go back to Egypt? Who wants to go back to Bangladesh? Who wants to go back to Indonesia? It looks like the fire over there, that's the road to hell. Nobody wants to go on the road to hell. And yet, that's the road to heaven. The reason why Somalia is where Somalia is today is because the Somali people love Islam. Yes. The reason why Kashmir has suffered so much more than others is because the Kashmiri people love Islam. That is why Kashmir is suffering. We have a Kashmiri here tonight with us. And so this is symbolism. Dajjal's river and his fire. Nowhere has Dajjal succeeded more in deceiving with his river than in the feminist revolution. He has brainwashed the world of women so thoroughly that he has succeeded in bringing into being a feminist revolution. And this feminist revolution is taking the world of women into the hellfire. And yet they are convinced that this is progress. This is the best age that we've ever had. There's been more progress for women in this age than ever before in history. That is the ultimate deception of the Dajjal.